Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing City Folk! Today we're already looking a little less tan. I missed the red turnip. There we go. Today, or yesterday... Well, not yesterday. Would it have been yesterday? The day before yesterday. It's confusing. Anyone who subscribed to me would have noticed it. I was streaming on YouTube. And actually, I was having a really good time doing it, too. Like, I forgot just how good streaming on YouTube is. I mean, it's always said, like, Twitch is the place where if you want to get started. I'd actually argue streaming on YouTube is. And just transition to streaming on Twitch once you've built your audience. Because, well, let's just break down some flat numbers for everyone here. My average Splatoon 2 streams, which albeit, tomorrow's the bug off, so we'll be doing that tomorrow, if I remember. My average Splatoon 2 streams on Twitch get around 5 to 8 views for the entire stream. This is after months of streaming on there, gathering upwards of 16 or so followers. Very few of them actually pop in to watch the streams. Now on YouTube, where I have not streamed in almost 8 months, like my last stream was December 1st of 2017. I had 55 total views. And most of those views were consistent. There were a bunch of people, though, that were just popping in and leaving. But that is individual view counts. Because YouTube doesn't tend to count views twice. Not for, like, streams. Like, if you popped in and then came back, well, it's only going to count you once. So, you know. And that's streaming Splatoon 2 as well. Now, the main thing to keep in mind is why I say these can't exactly be apples to apples comparisons is, well, A, the platforms are very different, and what people are looking for on each platform is different. And the time zones. I was streaming Splatoon on YouTube around... basically around 2 p.m. my time. So that's 2 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. Or an hour ahead of Eastern Time. So that is relatively in the middle of everybody's day. Compared to when I stream at night, which is 1 a.m. ADT, or 1 hour ahead of Eastern, so midnight Eastern Time. Meaning I'm streaming at the end of everybody's day. At least for North America. The other parts of the world are waking up, but they're not primarily English-speaking. I mean, yeah, I've had a few Japanese players pop into my streams, and I love it anytime I do. But it honestly seems like the better place to start streaming is YouTube. You're going to get copyright claims, especially if you do things like Splatoon. I'm almost guaranteeing my email already has an email from YouTube saying that, well, probably 4 to 6 emails from YouTube saying that Nintendo has copyright claimed my stream, now that it's done, in multiple different places. Because that is just what Nintendo does, with anything Nintendo, aside from apparently Animal Crossing. That's like the one thing I've not had them do that with, is Animal Crossing. But you get my point. Like, it just seems better over there. Well, over here, I should say, than on Twitch. I imagine in time Twitch will get better. I mean, most of it is just simply, well, people aren't probably looking for Splatoon much on Twitch. Well, looks like we had good prices for a while. I could have played a bit risky, but it's good I didn't, because if I hadn't have played, you know, if I had played it risky, the prices would probably be terrible right now for turnips. And like I know today so far at least has just been talk about streaming and basically analytics. But I'm mostly talking about them because I myself find it interesting of just how different platforms are different. And I basically know that with Twitch, they're not exactly the greatest for helping new streams get going. That basically falls almost entirely to the community itself. Meaning it's probably best if you start with something that's already popular. That way, if you've got good equipment and are just a good personality, a larger streamer might pop in and notice you and then decide to raid your stream, which will get you a lot of attention. Though to be fair, that can also now happen on YouTube. And oh, Wisp is in town. I might see about coming on later tonight, if I have time. I mean, that will mean basically popping on here during the day for me, which is kind of the annoying part. Because I'm not usually able to. But I will do my best. Now, today is going to be really short because it is really hot in here. Like, I can feel myself starting to sweat just about everywhere after turning my AC off. So today is going to be decently short because I don't fancy passing out from heat. Which you might be like, oh, it can't be that hot for that. It's probably a... Okay, hi, Mott. What do you want, buddy? Bam! Dumbbell! I have a killer idea, Cheeseball. Wouldn't it be rad if we had something we said to each other every time we talked? You know, something we say to each other to crank up the pumpage. Sounds good. Right? You're pumped about this, right? Let's think of something that thunders like lightning. I think you asked about that before. But how about we just go with pumpage? No, it just looks like Pumpage. I probably spelled that very wrong. You know what? Let's go with a very... Yeah. BAM! Yep, you just have to say BAM! BAM! Dumbbell BAM! Good. Yeah, let's talk with Pom Pom. Woohoo, darling! Walking time, time to get all fit and stuff, rah rah. I just ate like 50 pounds of chocolate cake, so I'm feeling kinda bloated. Well, okay then. Chat, it's probably a good like 25 to 30 degrees down here. Like, I'm trying to keep it cool down here, but it is not exactly working. And I'm not exactly sure why it's so hot down here, because it's really cool upstairs. In theory, the heat down here should be... Well, yeah, the heat down here should be rising up there, because it's cooler up there, and that cooler air should be falling to down here. I think it's probably because I have the basement door shut as well, so, you know, there really isn't much room for circulation. I am definitely going to keep checking around to water any extra flowers. I should also go check on our carnations before I forget, because we cannot have those wilt and die. Okay, all of them are still good, and I'm going to water these ones that are down here, in the hope that more will grow. And I basically planted them there because I know no one's gonna move into right there, so I never have to worry about them being crushed. We should also probably check in on Amelia, because I really get the feeling that she's gotta move. Oh hey, I think this is a fossil. Just need to get this out. There we go. No, jeez. That was just the umbrella. Well, yeah. Let's check in on Amelia, because we're passing by her house right here anyway. I really hope she doesn't want to move. Moment of truth. Okay, she doesn't have things packed. Hello, darling. Nice of you to stop by, Woomy. You know, I'm still trying to decide if I should move away or not, Woomy. Don't go. I've been getting the feeling it was time to move on. But now you've made me realize that I have friends in Halifax. I can't leave quite yet. Yay! She's gotta stay! That makes me so happy. Like, she has our shirt. Yeah. And the totem pole still. She has a cool globe. She found the fossil she was looking for. I don't know if we were the one that gave it to her or not. At least I'm assuming that's the fossil she was looking for. Like, I almost want to just take a small intermission and turn my AC on for a little bit at like full power. But I also just want to get this video done with because heat. Why does summer have to be so hot? I know part of the problem is my computer is just sitting there being a heater. Like, I actually... this is dumb. My computer's graphics card's fan is a quiet run fan. So from what I understand, that means it won't run its fan unless its temperatures reach like ludicrous levels. Because it's trying to run silent. That means I basically need a program from EVGA or EVGA or whatever it is just to make the fan run all the time. Well, my computer had to my desktop had to restart a little while back. And when I started it up, I went through closing all the things I'd normally close. Basically doing all the standard startup things, because a lot of things get added into the selective startup, even though they shouldn't be there. And I never told them to go there, but I gave the programs permission to make modifications that they wanted, and apparently they wanted to be there. But then I went off and I played some games, and I noticed that my computer was seizing up a little bit. You might already be able to guess what I forgot to do. I forgot to turn on this program that lets my fan run. So my graphics card was getting upwards of 60, 70 degrees. And the fan was running at like 200 RPM. Instead of the 1400 it idles at. It tends to idle around 1440 RPM. It was running at 280 at like 60, 70 degrees Celsius. I manually turned I opened that program and then manually turned the fan up to 100% speed and just left it and let it run. Let that be a lesson to you. Never forget to turn your fan program on if you need one. But with that, I thank you all very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time for more Animal Crossing City Folk. See you all then.